broken, a term used to describe a character so overpowered that they make the game stop functioning as intended and exploit the game's balance in their favor. Well, if cats aren't the most broken animals on the planet, God must have discontinued first place. I talk a lot about animals that got shafted by evolution. In fact, my most popular video today was about 10 of them. Well, if I ever do a video on nature's favorites, cats would surely be at the very top. Cats are arguably the most successful predators we've ever seen. With so many overpowered abilities, you'd swear it was plot armor. I don't even want to
I mean, to be honest with you, cats do got some fast reflexes though. Like cats are fast. They quick with it. They quick with it. They quick with their hands. They fast. Like they ain't stupid. Cats aren't stupid either. Not gonna believe they're broken.
Superpowers your cat has that you may or may not have known. And number one,
oh my goodness,
zero fall damage. You probably heard that cats always land on their feet, but the real flex is being able to fall from heights that would have any human furnishing a coffin.
Yo, that's facts. That's facts. Like I seen a cat fell from like a 3-story room, 3-story house. You would expect the cat would just lay there and die, like he'll just die, but nah, bro, really just got up and walked it off like it was nothing. Like, my nigga, you just fell from a 3-story house. Or how you alive right now?
1987 studies showed that out of 132 cats that were brought to an emergency vet in New York City after falling out of a high-rise, 90% lived and less than 40% required life-saving treatment. It gets even wilder when you realize that cats actually have a better chance of getting airdropped from a building and walking it off the higher the drop was. And it's all because cats understand physics. You see, when you're in free fall, you accelerate towards the ground until you reach terminal velocity, where you literally can't fall any faster. When cats reach TV, they splay their legs and kind of just parachute the rest of the way down. And instead of landing on their feet, they break their fall with their chest and abdomen. Obviously, they don't completely tank the hit, but thanks to their relatively large surface area to weight ratio, they maximize the points of contact that smack the ground and therefore minimize the damage. And since cats apparently have lifelong beef with gravity, cats that reach terminal velocity instinctively know not to tense up, but instead relax and basically turn themselves into a kite on the way down. The thing is, if they don't have time to reach terminal velocity, they end up getting hurt way worse. So like in a weird twist, cats that fall from 2 to 7 stories actually end up more down bad than the ones that touch Earth from 10 stories up. In fact, cats have about a 95% chance of falling from 10 stories and living. Meanwhile, the average human has a 95% chance of getting.
Hey, can you hear this? Can you hear me? Can you hear me right now? Is my audio good? Is my audio good? My audio should be good right now. I'm just making sure my audio good. It's good. I think it's good.
Outlined with chalk. Oh, and don't think the cutoff's 10 stories either. One cat named Sabrina took a 32-story express trip to the ground and walked away with only a punctured lung and a chipped tooth. Not to mention she was released and sent home 2 days later. Being impervious to fall damage is how snow leopards can not only make a living in the Himalayas, but can legit fall clear off a cliff, and the only injury they take is to their pride. Speaking of plot armor, did you know cats are actually built to predict the weather? You see, cat hair attracts static electricity, so they can pick up on the buildup of electrical charge and often come.
Dude, imagine a cat the size of a horse. Yo, that's OP, bro. A bear would not be able to mess with a cat the size of a horse. Or like a cat the size of a bear. Wait, ain't a lion the size of a bear? No, a horse is bigger than a lion. So yeah, a cat the size of a horse.
Before a really bad storm. And the cat's inner ears are sensitive to sudden drops in atmospheric pressure, which announce the arrival of a cloud assault. Technically, so can we. It's why our ears do the most and pop on a plane, but it's just that cat ears are that much more sensitive. And they can even smell rain and lightning coming. It's so OP that sailors used to use cats aboard ships as a four-legged forecast. Forecast. Apparently, a cat with the zoomies means you could expect strong winds. A cat that sneezed was warning you of heavy rain. And apparently, if one licked their fur against a grain mid-sail, then you better make like God's golfing, because it's finna hail. Now, to be fair, a month surrounded by nothing but sea and seamen gives you a lot of time to just make stuff up. I mean, just how many sea monster stories was just a whale freeing his willy?
For
but
real?
There might be some truth to
weird.
the cat thing. Cats will often spend extra time licking themselves before a bad storm, since having damp fur helps with the static thing I told you about. So basically, if cats could talk, we'd see a lot of meteorologists on unemployment. And speaking of no job, cats really managed to finesse their way into living in nearly 50 million homes in America rent-free. And one of the biggest reasons is because cats are the best manipulators nature has to offer. And if you think they aren't, you're
Hey, I can be honest with you, like, cats really are manipulative. Like, they be using you. They use you. I know that from experience. Like, I got cats, but they ain't my cats. They belong to my dad. I mean, they my dad cats. I don't, like, he feed them, he change their stuff, but I still talk with them. And those cats just, I'll tell them to come in right quick. I say come here, they don't come in. But the moment they're hungry or I got something, I got food, they they come walking up to me acting like we best friends. Like, my nigga, how we friends now when not not even 5 minutes ago you hissed at me and walked away. Now that I got some or you want some from me, we friends now. We buddies. I don't got a cat. Like I said, those cats, they don't belong to me.
Probably a mark and you don't even know it.
But that's
According
nice.
to research,
But that's nice. Your cat loves you too. I don't have a cat. Like, I wonder if I do get my own animal, what would it be? Would it be a dog? Would it be a cat? Would it be a monkey? Would it be a ferret? Huh? I don't know.
researchers at the University of Sussex, many cats will exploit their owners with a soliciting purr. It's more high frequency, triggers a sense of urgency in humans, and even someone resembles the cry of an infant, and we just have to assume that's intentional. And in experiments, not only did humans have a faster response time when hearing that purr compared to a normal one, it even affected people that never owned cats. This distress purr likely triggers a deep, innate nurturing response in humans, meaning you're literally hardwired to answer to it no matter what you were doing before. So apparently cats understand psychology too. That's not even really a joke because adult cats almost never meow to each other, but kittens do it with their mothers for food and warmth, and we have to assume they just figured out it works on humans too. And it's not just pet cats with this talent. Tigers have been known to imitate the sounds of their prey to lull them into a false sense of security. Tigers have reportedly mimicked sandbar deer and black bears. Bro, just listen to this.
Are you mooing because you want to be one with the cows?
They do be doing that.
I don't think that's how you trick cows into...
That's crazy, yo, that's messed up in my opinion. How you gonna lock cows up on one end and tigers up on the other end? It's like tigers looking at hamburgers on the other side and they can't get to it. So all they could do is smell the hamburgers. They could look at the hamburgers. They could call for the hamburgers and they can't get to it. While the hamburgers just there, many of them, a whole feast of hamburgers, and you're locked on the other side, can't get to them. That's tough. That's tough.
And it's not just tigers. The South American margay will verbally cosplay as a baby monkey just to murk its parents like a Disney movie. And clearly the manipulation tactics were passed down. In fact, cats are so good at working people that they'd actually be great politicians, which is probably how Mayor Stubbs of Talkeetna, Alaska stayed in office for 20 years, even surviving assassination attempts by dogs, BB guns, and a deep fryer. But there's another special ability cats have, and it could arguably be the most overpowered of all. Pretty privilege. It's how—
I don't. Wait, what do you mean by deep fry? Someone tried to deep fry the cat and he said, "What?" That's crazy.
dolphins got
that's
flippers, orcas
crazy.
got free willy. Meanwhile, the best movie deal shark management could get them was being typecast as Jaws. You see, there's this thing called baby schema. It basically means that humans have an intrinsic bias towards a certain set of facial features in people and animals, to the point where it just makes us want to protect them. And with their big head, wide eyes, and round forehead, cats literally remind us of babies. And even though it's a buff from nature, cats will 100% play into this by figuring out what combination of ear wiggling, whisker pointing, and eye narrowing gets the best response from people.
Yeah.
Now add the fact that slow blinking with your cat can trigger oxytocin in both of you, the literal hormone that bonds a mother to her child, and you can see how cats were basically engineered to be irresistible. It's pretty privilege on every steroid possible. And it's wild because if any other animal had a reputation for cold indifference and global genocide, it'd be cause of pause, but because it's cats, we just let it slide. Cat cuteness virtually has us in a chokehold, and I said virtual for a reason. It's said that 50% of all internet traffic is driven by cat content. That's 50% of all the stuff on the internet. I want you to think about that during this ad. Matter of fact, and I'm willing to put money on it. For some of y'all, this ad's about—
Wow, I did not know that. Damn, if you really think about it, imagine if cats had brains like humans. Like, it could think. It could really think. It can't speak, but it got a mind like a human, you know. That's deadly, you know. Like, really think about it. You leave your computer on, your cat go on your computer, type something to send it to somebody, and they can't look. And like that's scary. That's scary if you think about it.
Gotta be cat related.
Here's a crazy life hack everyone needs. Let's say you're writing an important email to your boss, but you don't know where to start.
Oh, you're back. Oh, by the way, was it cat related? I'm actually curious. But the thing that almost always gets forgotten is that cats give back as much as they take, which leads to their next flex, healing powers. And not just for them. Science says having a cat living under your roof easily extends your subscription to life. Studies show that cat owners are 40% less likely to suffer a heart attack and have a 30% less chance of getting clapped by cardiovascular complications. And since cardiovascular disease is one of the leading causes of preventable death today, cats are like a real...
Bro, cats are so overpowered, they even got passive healing abilities. Come on, man. They got a whole... they got passive healing abilities. That's crazy. No fall damage. Passive healing abilities, fast, quick, can smell, hear good. Like, goodness gracious, that's crazy. All they missing is the brain and the size. I mean, big cats like lions and tigers, they already dangerous, but they had the brains. Bro, they smart. But I'm talking about human level type smart. You know.
Life one-up. Not to mention kids that grew up around cats have less of a chance of getting folded by allergies, especially if the exposure started in early infancy or even while they're still in the womb waiting room. And then there's the fact that just petting a cat can nerf stress levels and blood pressure. But if you really want to get literal about it, cats purr at a frequency that's said to improve bone density, repair tendons, and promote healing. I never really fully understood it, but apparently cats purr at a frequency that transmits vibrations throughout the body, vibrations that help increase blood flow to the affected area, thereby bringing more nutrients. It's also believed that those same vibrations can help with soft tissue injuries like sprains and strains. I know I said they live rent-free, but considering all they do to carry our health, again, I feel like we could let it slide. It's not just a buff to your health either. I vividly remember seeing a bunch of surveys that said that women on dating sites actually find men with cats more attractive. Something about seeming more nurturing or emotionally intelligent.
On an unrelated note, I want y'all to meet my editor and content manager, Aslan. Say hi, Aslan. Say hi. Huh?
Look, if I ever get a cat, I don't want my cat to be a jerk. I don't want him to be a jerk. Like, I don't want my cat to just hiss at me, because I know how I am. I would want to, like, be very, very nice and polite to the cat. Give it his space. But now, if I'm feeding you, treating you right, I don't want you to be a jerk and be nice and try to, and like, not being nice and trying to bite me all the time. I don't want that. I don't want a cat like that. I want a chill cat like this. I like a cat like that.
Oh, good boy.
I tried to find the articles online, but apparently there was a switch up, and now women find cat owners less attractive. So on another unrelated note, yeah, he isn't mine. I'm actually just cat sitting for a friend. Shout out to you, Yusuf. Yeah, but anyway, cat claw armor is so strong that it might just be able to save you from cancer. We've all heard the stories of feline physicians detecting it in people before anyone else could. Cats have a sense of smell about 14 times stronger than humans, with their 200 million odoreceptors to our pitiful, almost embarrassing 5 million. Tumors produce volatile organic compounds, and these VOCs leave the body through sweat and breath. And there's a lot of respected researchers out there that will die on the hill that cats can sniff it out the same way dogs can. In 2018, rescue cat Mia climbed on owner Michelle Pearson's chest
That's
and
nice.
wouldn't get off for anything, sniffing and pawing at, the right one, while
Hey, it's good to know that your cat not a jerk. At least you got a nice cat.
also meowing and looking at her, as cats do. It wasn't until her husband checked for himself that he felt the telltale lump, and that's how the cat that was rescued from certain death ended up returning the favor and saving her owner from stage 2 breast cancer. And that's not even much of a reach, considering there's also stories of cats warning their diabetic owners of their potentially fatally low blood sugar. Either that, or cats can see the future and they'll choose to keep you in theirs if they like you enough. And even that's low-key valid, considering superpower number 7 is that cats have ultra instinct. Those whiskers can detect sudden changes in air currents to figure out the size, shape, and speed of nearby objects. It's like a whole radar system growing out of their face, and it's how a blindfolded cat is still hell on earth for any mouse in the area. Bro, I still don't think you're understanding just...
Rex, you wanna know the funny part about you saying male cats are more chill than female cats? They got 2 cats in the house. A young male and an older female stuff. And the older female is the older cat always be the main one biting me and stuff. Meanwhile, the young boy cat, he don't bite me, but he just a little like, you could pet me, but don't touch me too much. Like, don't touch me that long. You could touch me, but don't touch me that long. Meanwhile, the other one is just biting me and stuff. It just scratching. I don't like that. You're right about that. Males are more chill than females.
Just how much of a cheat whiskers are. Cats can even use their whiskers to figure out what direction their prey is trying to dodge it in right before they pounce, allowing them to cut off any possible escape routes. Now, to us, it's interesting and pretty cool, but to a mouse trying to make it home to his family,
oh, that's terrifying.
That's gotta be some bullshit. And cats don't just have them on their face, they have whiskers all over. And you can't even play dead with the cat since they have carpal whiskers that allow them to tell if their prey is playing or, actually past tense. And honestly, this might be the most broken ability cats have. It's basically impossible to catch a cat slipping.
Look, bro, hey, yo, that mouse, swear to God, he thought he was finna go back home to the missus. Look, bro, right there, look at him. This cat right there, he know he messed up. The moment the cat seen him, he know he messed up. Look at that. Yeah, that cat, yeah, that's moments before disaster, bro. That cat seen him. Sorry, mouse, but you dead.
It's really impossible to catch a cat slipping.
Look at him, bro. He know he did. Oh yeah, that cat did.
That
mouse
did.
did.
They don't even have to smell you. All it takes is a small exchange in air currents to dry snitch on you. But as predators, cats are the ones that do the sneaking, which only makes their next ability even more of a jihad.
Look at this.
Prey.
I be feeling so bad sometimes I be feeling bad for these mouses, cause like it just be so unfair for them, you know. Things be so unfair. Like you get chased by an overpowered max tier prestige creature on this planet. Meanwhile, you just a pitiful level 2, some stuff like that. That's sad.
Superpower number 8. Cats are athletic freaks of nature. No, seriously, cats are the most athletic group of animals on Earth, and I'm gonna stand on that. There might not be a single event at the Olympics that one of the 40 flavors of feline can flex on us in. You want speed? Cheetahs can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and can peak out at over 70 miles per hour. A cheetah on a Sunday morning jog can still get pulled over on the turnpike. Ain't that crazy? Want to see some long jumping? Cougars can clear 45 feet horizontally on an off day. You want to see a cat get high minus the catnip? The serval jumps so high that their meal prep literally involves pimp slapping birds right out of the air. And for powerlifting, here we have a literal deadlift by a leopard using only its teeth. Yes, that is a rhino. Yes, that is a giraffe. And speaking of leopards, they're also gymnasts.
You mean these niggas out here pulling giraffes in trees and rhinos? Wow, them dudes strong. You know, if you really think about it, bro, imagine humans with stuff like that. It's bad enough. Look, us humans, we already problems. Imagine us humans with senses like cats, smell, no fall damage, super fast with quick instinct, bro. That's dangerous, man. And plus, there's billions of humans on Earth, bro. That's too dangerous. Oh no, that's dangerous. See, look, I think that's how nature, evolution, sort of mess with us a bit. Since there's a lot of us, they're gonna nerf us a lot. We only stronger numbers. By ourselves, we get wiped off the map easily. But stronger numbers. That's how. We can't solo nothing like that. We can't solo no lion, no bear, no rhino, no none of that. Yeah, that's evolution saying, yeah, you need a nerf. No, a verf. You need a straight up verf, not a nerf.
It's on steroids that turn
Only stronger numbers, nothing more.
trees into jungle gyms. And if you think you're safe from the smoke and water, keep in mind that the caiman is part of one of the most successful group of predators in history. And all it took was an aquatic equalizer in the form of a cat to wreck their entire game plan. Not to mention jaguars have been seen swimming clear across the Panama Canal. Yeah, that one. Also, they have a hydraulic press for a jaw.
Look at that. Ooh.
And all I need to say about tigers is that this is an Indian gar, and even this walking Red Bull logo can get choked out by a 500-pound striped Giggle Garfield. And I don't even need to say anything about lions. Those triceps speak for themselves. Cats are nature's population control, and there isn't anywhere on Earth outside of the Devil's Ice Rink that doesn't have some kind of cat running it. Even the travel-sized ones are a menace. The deadliest cat in the world is the African black-footed cat, and because of their metabolism, not only can they catch up to 15 bodies a night, they also have a hunting success rate of 60%. Not even lions, tigers, and leopards can touch that. There's a reason why domestic cats put billions of animals on shirts a year. And sometimes they turn entire species into history lessons. And unlike their wild cousins, a lot of times with domestic cats, they do it just for fun.
For real.
You think it's cute, but it's bloodlust. And if you're a mouse, an op with whiskers is like Thanos. They do be inevitable, especially when you factor superpower number 9. Cats can teleport. I'm dead serious. Cats do this thing where they just spawn wherever the plot needs them the most.
Yo, that's facts, yo. Like, I see, look, it's like this. I see the cat right there. Another thing, the cats I got, the cat I was telling y'all about is all black, straight black. In the dark, you cannot see her at all. The other, the boy, he's gray. You can see him, but not that much. But yeah, in the darkness, I see her, then she'll go in the dark, and then I'll say, yeah, she's under the table. Turn around like 5 full seconds, turn back, go in the living room. She on top of the wall. Like, how you get there? I didn't hear no footsteps. I didn't hear no bells. I didn't hear nothing. So how the hell did you get right there? It's like they be doing that. They be doing that. Like, how you get there? Yeah, cats be crazy. They stay good with that.
As solitary hunters, cats can cover insane amounts of distance in times that really make no sense.
Both the cats
Take
are
mountain
black.
lions, for example. Young male cougars will often travel.
You know, if you really think about it, a lot of people are afraid of black cat. I don't know why. I think they say that they bring bad luck, but to me, hey, I don't believe stuff like that. Like, hey, a black cat. I don't care. I don't care. I could get a black cat, a yellow cat, an orange cat, a gray cat, a green cat. Doesn't matter. Having a black cat is just another cat in the house, you know.
Hundreds of miles away from their mother's territory to find their own. In 2009, a tagged cougar took a walk that took him from Black Hills, South Dakota, all the way to Greenwich, Connecticut. Basically, he hiked from Mount.
I really don't care about the superstition they have about black cats. I like cats. Black cats are cool. I like cats, and sometimes I can't stand them. I like dogs, but sometimes I can't stand them. Yeah.
Rushmore to 30 miles from Manhattan. And it's not just cougars that go cross country. A tiger named T1 managed to walk 800 miles across India in only a few months, fueled by nothing but the power of horny. And of course, there's a story of El Jefe, a jaguar that randomly showed up in Arizona just outside Tucson. I could really keep going. From June 2017 to July 2018, a young lynx trekked from a wildlife refuge in Alaska all the way into the heart of the Yukon. A trip that totaled 2,174 miles.
I mean, hey, at least bro dedicated. Hey, he dedicated. He fighting for something. He living for something. At least he's dedicated. Give that man props. Like, you can't judge that man. You can't judge that dude for that.
His name was Hobo, by the way. Can't even make that up. But the best story of teleporting cats was Clementine Jones. She was a cat in New York whose family left her behind because they were moving and they figured the trip would be too hard on a pregnant cat. Oh, little did they know. Clementine spent a couple of months with her kittens and then one day just headed out and popped up at her old family's home 1,600 miles away in Denver. And it's not even like the family got tricked by a dupe. Clementine was born with an extra toe and had a burn mark on her shoulder. There was no mistaking her. There's only one cat power that's...
How the hell is that even possible? You mean to tell me you moved across the map, your cat had the kids, she said, y'all old enough, she said, F the kids, and walked... How? Yo, that's some crazy stuff. That's really that's some interesting stuff, like for real.
Arguably more impressive, and you saw it coming as soon as you clicked on this video. Superpower number 10, mind control. And it's all because of a little parasite called, you know the name, Toxoplasma gondii. It all starts when this parasite enters a cat because they literally only reproduce in their bowels and their eggs don't get past until the cat has a movement, usually in a litter box. Now here's the problem. The Toxoplasma gondii needs to find a way back into the cat in order to hit restart on its life cycle, and the best way to do that is by setting up shop inside one of the animals on its grocery list. The only issue is no mouse that values its life is going anywhere near a death sentence with toe beans to make it happen. So the parasite, which by the way basically uses the mouse as a layover, they begin to rewire its brain in order to remove the fear of cats. And I don't even know how, but infected mice can even start fiending for cat pee. With more irrational confidence in a father of four and an Instagram model's comments, it's easier for the mouse to get body bagged by its #1 op, thus repeating this vicious mouse-murking cycle. And of course, we now believe that when this same parasite invades us, they do the same thing they would to a mouse. Which is why popular opinion is that the Toxoplasma parasite causes an unreasonable attraction to cats. And it's possible that this factory reset of our personality is due to the parasite making enzymes that control dopamine. And it's not just humans that can get infected. Turns out afflicted hyena cubs end up bolder in the face of lions, which is a great way for them to get invited to a meet and greet with Mufasa. It's not 100% proven that the parasite's responsible for all the cat people in the world, but hear me out. There's proof that this parasite was present in ancient Egyptian mummies, and these were the people that straight up worshiped them. Not to mention up to a third of all people alive right now have it, and most have no idea. And that's why I say cats have the wildest plot armor I've ever seen. Because real talk, only cats could spin a parasitic infection into a way of living rent-free. Trust me, I would know. Isn't that right, Maple? And that's why cats are the most broken animals in nature. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book. Hold on, sorry girl. Okay. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book, 100 Animals That Can, Redacted, Kill You. Link in the description if you want to see for yourself. But make sure you drink water, hug your mother, hug a cat. It might just save your life, and if he allows it, I'ma see y'all.